Hey, hi, hello. It is your friendly neighborhood, auntie. That's socially awkward. I have a new phone. I made the phone case for it last week. Well, actually, last week for y'all, but like yesterday and a half for me. I tested it out yesterday. It was great. It worked out and somebody complimented me on it and I'm so happy. I am going to start sewing. I know what project I want to do, but I know what project I have to do. It is like 4 weeks away from Megacon, and I haven't started on my sewing portion of my Frosty Forest Witch outfit. I also don't think that I'm going to get around to sewing for my Ice Entity outfit. So we're gonna start on the Frosty Forest Witch outfit today. I can show you what I've got going for it, what I've gathered materials doing. I've had it in my head to like build upon a brown dress that I've had in my closet since like 2017. I have the pattern picked out for that one, so let me pull it out real quick. We are going to use this Berta. Why did I say that with the most southern accent? I'm sorry, I am a southerner, but like it always like surprises me when I pull out my southern accent. We're gonna use this Berta skirt pattern. I bought this back when I was like following Rachel. Well, I still follow Rachel Maxey, but like when she started doing her more like not cottagecore, I guess everybody was doing cottagecore. She got really into the dirndl phase and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Bought this pattern, hated what it looked like. So I want to use this pattern now because like what I did, I had bought a pink, white check, buffalo check kind of fabric, and that just did not look good. So I'm going to try it now with this brown fabric I have in here. Let me pull that out. Washed and everything. You should be proud of me. I'm proud of me. I'm trying to be better about washing my fabrics before I start sewing projects because I've had plenty of issues where my clothes don't fit because I threw them in the wash post sewing them together, and it makes me very sad. It makes me very self-conscious. And I know the problem is that I just don't wash my fabric before I put it on or sew it together. So pre-washed fabric is going to be brown because it's going to replicate the trunk of a tree. That should be super easy. I think the hardest part about this is that it's going to take a lot of fabric because of all the gathering. Or it's not gathered, it's pleating. And remember when I made it at first, I was really proud of myself because of how cute the pleats were. But like I really hated the fabric I used for it, so I'm very excited to get back into this. I'm not going to make anything else from this pattern, not that I know of, because I'm not really into making corsets. If I look at this view right here, it's kind of cute, but I still don't think that's what I'm going for. I was looking for something more long sleeve because I'm going for more of a winter witch. Oh, by the way, I have bangs now! I cut them yesterday because I was like, I'm tired of seeing what my hair looks like when it's down. Anytime I cut my hair is because I don't like the way it looks like when it's not styled. And also, I'm tired of seeing my forehead, so I cut my bangs. I'm going to be able to style and curl it. I cut it like a little bit shorter so I can like kind of curl these little guys in a little bit. I don't think it's gonna look that good, to be honest. I can do like cute little like Asian hairstyles that I've been wanting to do, but my hair's been too long to do, so I'm very excited to do that. I mean, I do love my vintage hairstyles, I'm not gonna lie. I still really appreciate my vintage hairstyles, but I want to do more like Asian influenced vintage, if that makes sense. You know how Lolita is Western influenced Asian style, Japanese fashion, so I kind of want to like do my spin on it, even though I've been living in the United States for the majority of my life. So anyways, moving on to the next part of this. Don't know if I will be finishing this all in one video. I think that I can, mostly because the skirt is easy. Skirts are usually simple. Whenever anybody asks me how they should get started in sewing, I always suggest doing a skirt. Even if you're like drafting your own pattern, so easy. I've never drafted my own pattern, but there's so many tutorials out there that show you how to like measure yourself and cut around and all that. If you are watching this and starting to get into sewing, use skirt patterns. Skirt patterns, easy. So for the blouse, I had something else completely figured out for this. However, my poor little baby girl Tika, she got really sick because she ate way too much milk bone in one sitting, and because she got sick, she just kind of like let everything come out of her body everywhere in the house. Luckily there wasn't like the number 2 sitting anywhere, and that would have like actually broken me. That would have been like the last straw. And unfortunately, one of my patterns completely ruined. You can't look at it without smelling that huge smell of pee everywhere. And then another one of my patterns, luckily the pattern itself was fine, but the instructions were not. Unfortunately, I had to toss the instructions, and lucky for me, I don't read instructions anyways, so I guess it kind of worked out. And I don't think I'll ever make that dress, to be honest. It's not something I would go for normally. So the goal was to use that one pattern. It was going to be like the huge bishop sleeves. I used that pattern literally only for the sleeves. It was like a 1940s pattern. It's no longer in production, and that's really unfortunate. I even went to my local Joann and I dug through all their things. I took a picture of the pattern on my phone so I could like look up the pattern at the store. Not there anymore. The goal was to like take the bishop sleeves off of that and then put those sleeves onto another clothing, but I didn't have that like blouse picked out yet. I've been debating on whether or not I want to do a sailor outfit because I always want to do a sailor outfit, but like I also don't want to go through the hassle of making a sailor outfit, but also I don't want to go through the hassle of making something with buttons. So the choices right now are this top, which I've only made like once or twice. I think just once because this is the newest one in my collection. This top, which I've made a million times. It's my favorite pattern because it's the first one I got. I've never done like a really good job until recently when I made it for Halloween. And so now I know I can do a decent job. Or take the sleeves off of one of those because they kind of have the bishop sleeve shape that I like, and then put it on this top, which I've never made the top for this one. And I like the hood, but like also I kind of want a collar, but like also I don't want to do buttons. So at this point, I know for sure I want to use this green fabric because that's going to like replicate the leaves underneath. Even though I'm trying to look like a little bit more dead, I'm still trying to do like a first frost kind of witch, not like a frozen over all year round kind of witch. It's an evergreen tree, so like it's not entirely going to turn brown until like later in the winter season. So I want to be like an early winter frost. I don't know how that works because I've lived in Florida the majority of my life. I did live up north for a little bit. I lived in Arkansas, which was still in the south, so like I didn't really get to experience like the true northern winter. And this is my ideation of what it would look like in the winter. Right now I am just going to start cutting out the pattern for the skirt because I think I already have it cut out anyway, so I'm just going to cut out the fabric for the skirt, and then while I'm working on that, then we'll start thinking seriously about the blouse because both of those patterns are cute. I think I am not going to use the simplicity pattern, even though I do want to eventually use it. I don't think that's on my radar right now. Oh yeah, before I move on to that, by the way, I have a bunch of stuff in here that needs to be moved away. It's been sitting on my floor for a while because it's stuff that I want to work on, but I know I need to work on this first before I move on to it. So let me pull that out real quick. So I'm planning on using this fabric for the apron. I had initially wanted to do it for the back cape, but the more I think about it, the less I want to make another back cape because the one I've got right now is doing the job just fine. I only need one like jacket for the year, and I'm very excited to wear it again. I wore it recently to go watch Nosferatu. I do want to make some more in different colors eventually. However, I think I want to use more sturdier fabrics because I've gotten into that like mindset where I can start using better fabrics instead of using just plain cotton. This is like cotton quilting, and that doesn't hold up very well, and you have to iron it a lot, and that's probably one of the reasons why my old capes don't look good. It's a good lining, but I want to use better fabrics for jackets because I know I can actually use those fabrics. It's love core season. I am so excited. I bought these little cupcake holders, or these candy holders. I have so many. I think it's gonna be really cute. I bought the Nosferatu tin like popcorn box, and my plan is for Valentine's Day or my husband's birthday, whichever like we go out for, or even like Megacon. I think it'd be really fun. I want to make like chocolate dipped strawberries, and then I want to make like little candies or like chocolates, and I want to make like shortbread cookies and maybe even chocolate chip cookies because that's my husband's favorite, or even oatmeal raisin. My husband actually likes oatmeal raisin, and he will fight tooth and nail and tell you that it's not bad. People just need to lower their expectations and not expect actual chocolate chip cookies. He's got a point. I think I want to make like a little cute candy box, like Valentine's Day box, in the Nosferatu like tin because I think that'd be so cute. I found this fabric. Well, it's just tablecloth to be honest, but I thought that this like made a really good print for like a Lolita style dress. It's a lot going on, to be honest. It's like a whole bunch of like Paris scenes, amour, and all that kind of stuff. It has like cathedral on that, and I love that. I wish I had more of this than the tower, because I'd love to make like a goth style JSK or something one day. I want to use this, maybe make it into like an apron or something, because like it has all the hearts on it, or just like a regular plain skirt or shorts. I know I've made shorts out of tablecloth before, and it really like rubbed up on my legs. Because of that, I was really turned off of making tablecloth shorts, but I think it's because of the way that I sewed it down. I was just hurriedly doing it, and I hadn't learned how to like properly sew down my seams at that point yet. I might actually make like a little lining, because I think one of my patterns in my pattern stash has a little like panty lining, so that doesn't rub your legs raw. So I might have to figure that out, like use a different material, like a bedsheet material that's not going to rub my legs raw, and then make shorts out of this using my favorite shorts pattern, which I don't remember the name of. I never remember the name of, but it's the one I use all the time. It's a 1940s pattern, but like I use it to make more DIK styled outfits. I think this would be a really cute one for either that apron or for a skirt. I'm gonna have enough for both. This is an oblong tablecloth, so it's 60 by 84, so it's 5 feet by more than 5 feet. Definitely have enough fabric to be making something really cute out of it. This was a really good find. I think it was the one and only one, or one of two, but I went in early, like almost as soon as Christmas over. I went into Home Goods because that's when the good love core stuff comes out. Another tablecloth. This for sure I want to make something out of. I was thinking about making a blouse out of it, but like also an apron. But like there's little cupids on there. It's very vintage styled. So maybe even a dress. I think this one might actually make a really good dress because it's not too like red. There's little butterflies on the back too. I didn't notice that. But this is also an oblong, a 60 by 84. I think this is the one that was just the last one. I'm like, ooh, I can't let this one go. I love making clothes out of tablecloths because it's $15 for 5 feet. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's not that much. Some of the fancy fabrics that I do buy are a little bit more expensive, but they don't ever have prints like this. $15 for a yard and a half. Oh man. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I am in the wrong. What's 12 times 3 is 36. 36 times 2 is 60, 72. I get 2.3 yards lengthwise. I mean, okay, so like this whole entire time, I was thinking that I was getting a good deal by buying fabric like this. I think it's the same price. It used to be cheaper. I promise it used to be cheaper. I used to buy it for like $9.99. They've raised the prices, and I don't know if it's because they've seen my videos of me making tablecloth clothes. I know I'm not the only one that does this. I still want to make clothes out of this because it's fabric that you're not going to find at Joann's. When you buy store-bought fabric, it's usually the most tackiest, ugliest fabric ever. They always remind me of like the nurse scrubs outfits. I'm not trying to make scrubs. That's not why I sew. I'm trying to make clothes that's actually wearable outside of the hospital. I'll pay a little bit of a higher price for the dopamine of, oh, if I don't use it, I'll use it as a tablecloth. To be fair, it does already have sewed on seams, so I'll give it a pass. And then I went to Michael's, I think in the same day, because I've been doing Christmas clearance shopping. That's like my favorite time of the year because like I do enjoy itty bitty pieces of Christmas clearance shopping, but not enough to actually buy it during Christmas, especially with like the craft store prices. They had ribbons, and then they did start slowly putting out their love core or Valentine's. I gotta stop calling it love core, but like that's what I feel is the most accurate description of it. Not everybody celebrates Valentine's Day, but people do like the idea of love core. So anyways, I got some ribbon, and this ribbon comes pre whatever that is called, ripple whatever. I think with this one, I want to add like a little bit of a stretch fabric right here. I don't remember what it's called, but like elastic, and then put it underneath so that I have like, I can make a choker out of it. And because I want to make a choker, well, let me get to the other ribbons first. And I bought a green one, ruffle, that's what it's called. And these ruffles look prettier than these ruffles. I don't know why these ruffles came out better, but this one I don't think I want to add like too much to make it more ruffly. Maybe it's because this one's been sealed in here for a long time, and this plastic's a little bit shorter. But I want to make a choker out of this too, or maybe even like a wristlet, and like do some lace crochet down, because I do have the white crochet lace, and then I also have this black ribbon, which I think would be like a cute little tiny choker, but also I think it could make like cute little necklaces, because I want to get into jewelry making eventually. I don't think I want to do it yet, but that is something I do want to do, and like decorate my fashion more with ribbons. Coquette and DIK and all the like lacy frilly stuff has always been interesting to me, so I want to like use more bows and ribbons in my clothing. I don't remember if I talked about this in my last video, but I may have. I think one of the reasons why I got the cringe comment on one of my videos is because I'm 32 and I'm doing like the kawaii aesthetic. And the thing is, like, in the United States, you outgrow cute, but like in J fashion, even in Korean fashion, like Korean fashion less so, you don't really grow out of it. I'm not Japanese, so I can't like really explain what kawaii means. It doesn't exactly mean cute. Cute is like in the United States reserved for kids clothes and children, and like that's not the way that I see fashion. Fashion is more of what makes you feel happy. You don't want to dress to make yourself uncomfortable. I've talked about this before, but like you don't want to dress to feel uncomfortable just to fit in. You want to dress to make yourself happy. You want a dopamine dress, and what makes me dopamine dress is cute colors and ribbons and frilly things. And I just think that it's pretty lame that we in the United States like reserve that just for kids. Like I fell into this trap when I turned 18 and then like early 20s. I was like, I have to be serious about everything. I have to be serious about work. I have to be serious about the clothes I wear. I have to wear a business. Even like when I was in my 20s, I think on Tumblr at the time too, our fashion style was business casual, and like it even seeped into the clubbing world. I was never somebody that went to the clubs. I went to the club one time when I was like 18 and I hated it. It was such a weird experience. Some guy asked to dance with me and I didn't know how to say no, and it was really awkward. He was there for a really long time and I was just like, I'm not comfortable, and I never wanted to go back. In the United States, we're like forced to be in this little box of serious dress. The office siren was really important, and I think that's a reflection and like a callback to when the millennials, us millennials, were dressing like business casual to go through the club, because the Gen Z generation is now in the workforce. Fashion directly relates to what's going on in the world. Gen Z is growing up. They're at that age to be able to work in the office. I think that we take fashion too seriously. I digress. Let me get back to these ribbons. With these ribbons, I'm gonna make a choker, right? I bought these little hearts. I think it's going to be so cute. I haven't opened them yet, but I think it'd be so cute to have like the little heart hanging from the ribbon. This was full price, but I do end up always buying like at least one thing full price during the crafting season. This immediately caught my eye. I love the color of this pink. It's like a bluish pink. It's a cool tone pink. And against this red, it's going to look really cute. I think it might look good on this green too, but I think I might just leave the green and have it decorated with white. I only needed one, but if I can make more than one, then maybe whenever I finally make it to the market world, I can start selling them. But I really like this. I think they'd be cute as earrings too. And then maybe like if I make a new shawl or a capelet or whatever, which I did say that I'm out of my crochet phase, and I think I am. I just needed to hurry up and make that phone case for my phone. I might make another crochet item if I pick it back up eventually. I don't know. Infinity Nikki just made a new drop and I'm still not done with the main story quest. That's my plans for Valentine's Day. Apollo's sitting over there. I don't know if I can get a video of him. There he is, just staring at me, waiting to come in, because he's like, Mother, why are you talking and nobody's in there, you weirdo? Let me start on the brown skirt first, and then we'll start working on our way through the rest of the sewing projects. I forgot to update y'all. I've cut out the panel for the skirt, so luckily it was just like a cut on the fold. This is super duper wrinkly, so I got to iron it, but I did chalk out the little pleating lines on both sides. I haven't cut out the waistband part yet. I'm looking at the pattern right here, and this is a size 12. Which is like 38-inch, I think. And I don't know if I am that size anymore, so I will definitely be adding belt loops to this, which is great because I wanted to sew, or not sew on, I wanted to put like the little pine cones on my belt anyways, and I might actually make a belt. I don't know, that might be a lot of work, but I could make a crochet belt. Well, okay, that's more work than actually making a sewn belt, but I don't have the fabrics to make a leather or pleather or whatever kind of belt, so I'd rather make a crochet one, and I have plenty of yarn for that. Now I'm going to go ahead and iron this, and then I will be going to do the pleats, and after I do the pleats, then I'll cut out the little waistband, and then after the waistband, I'll be cutting out like little strips so I can make a belt loop for everything. Terrible news. I do not have brown thread. I never thought about buying brown thread. I don't sew with brown very often. I don't wear brown very often, but I do have like this dark foresty green thread, and because I'm making like a little forest outfit anyways, I think it will be okay. I don't know how often I'll be wearing this skirt. I made a mistake. Man, I'm not leaving the house, and I don't want to leave the house anytime soon. Like, this green matches that green, I think. If I get closer to it, close enough. So we're going to do that. We're going to use this green thread. We're going to find an empty bobbin right here. Perfect. This is supposed to be for another black bobbin, but I just don't feel like giving up and getting it. So like one of my signature things, which I know it's not unique to me, I kind of ripped it off of like Hot Topic pants. What are they called? Trip pants. Way back in the day, in the 2000s, those pants used to have like the thread that was like lime green against black. Basically where I stole that from. So I'm just gonna do that. It's fine. It's fine. So lol. This is just one panel. I did all the pleating things and all that. It's not big enough. Good news is I can make pockets. The bad news is I don't have enough fabric on a fold to be doing this. So I'm gonna have to like make my own fold to do it, which honestly is just sewing a new seam. I thought this was gonna be enough for one whole thing. That's what pleats do. They kind of make your project a lot smaller. And now that I'm here, I think also that it will actually fit. But I still want to do the belt loop, so it's fine. But this is gonna look so cute. I'm so excited. I did like the pleats the first time I did it, so I know I'm gonna like the pleats again, even if the yarn's not the right color. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that first and then sew it all together. It's pretty long too, which is what I was going for, because I kind of want like a longer dress. Hold on, let me see if I can give you guys a better view. I can't give you guys that much of a better view. It's just my phone, but it goes all the way down to my toes. So that's great. The seam, the hem, whatever, isn't going to be a big old hem because I never make big hems. Yeah, this is supposed to be the front, and then I gotta make the back, and then it will be pretty simple, pretty easy, straightforward. We're all cut back up. We have the pleats on. I think I did the pleats in the wrong direction, to be honest, but at this point, like, nobody's gonna see it, so I really just don't care. Oh, actually, I think I did an okay job. Yay! Surprised. Now that we're here, I am going to take a little bit of a break because sewing does wear out my back because I don't have a sewing table. I just have my rinky-dink little regular table right here. Just a regular table. Oh, also, while I was ironing everything, my husband hung this up for me. And now I don't have to use my little tiny this mirror anymore. I've had to move this around a million times, and now I have more stuff to like look at myself in the mirror while I'm doing my makeup. So that's great. Break time is over. We had a delicious dinner. I played a lot of Infinity Nikki. I finally got to the Wishing Woods area, and that area is so pretty. I'm like 1 point away from leveling up something. I don't remember what it is, but back to sewing because I saw Timmy's and I liked her outfit. I'm like, ooh, I was working on a sewing project. So we're gonna start going back. I think I need to find a zipper real quick. I kind of figured I didn't have a brown zipper. However, I didn't think I wouldn't have like a green zipper. I thought I did, but the only green I have is like a mint green, and that's just not gonna work. So I'm going to do white for now. I think with this, I'm able to like kind of hide the zipper in a way. I think the seam that's supposed to like be the zip up side anyways, I can just fold it over and then just hide it underneath. This side I can just like fold over and then fold over again, and hopefully that will work. The more that I think about it, the less that I want to put the white zipper in. I think I will have to go and grab a new zipper. I don't want to leave the house tomorrow though, so instead I might go after work on Friday. I'm going to go for a brown zipper, but not like exact match brown. Not khaki though, you know, because that's a little bit too mismatched. So I will be going to Joann afterwards and then I'll pick it up then because I really want to make this like one that I don't have to repair in the future. I will sew up the side seam though and then go from there. I think I do want to go with a 9-inch, but because this skirt was a really short, quick make, I could have finished it today if I had all of my tools. I'm just going to move on to cutting the next portion of it, which is the top. I think I am going to go with the sailor blouse, and I think I'm going to go with the newer sailor blouse, and I will be making the cape. I don't think I'm going to make it out of brown because I don't have any more of that fabric anymore. I think I'm going to use some of the brown though to make bias tape, unless I find bias tape tomorrow, which in that case, I'm just going to buy bias tape because I just do not like making my own bias tape. Well, let's get started on the cutting of the blouse. I am once again changing my mind. So I don't want to use the spider web fabric as my cape because I think that would just be a little bit too odd. But since I'm going to Joann tomorrow anyways, I will just buy like another yard of the brown fabric. Hopefully it will be in the same colorway. Hopefully it will actually be there. I know I ordered this online because I had meant to start this project way back whenever I finished the Frosted Forest cape split, and I just never got around to it because I didn't want to put my sewing machine up. I might have some brown fabric somewhere in the house, but I don't think I do. I think it's khaki as well. I think I'm changing my mind again. Cape is going to be in brown. The bias tape is also going to be in green. This comes with like a little tie, and I'm thinking of doing that in white because that one might be cute. Maybe I'll do the spiderweb fabric for that, but that I remember takes a lot of fabric, so we'll see. But yeah, let me at least just cut this fabric out. I changed my mind again. I don't want to make a sailor colored. I just don't want to do it. I think that it's going to use way more fabric that I want. I am thinking about the color scheme that I'm going for, and how often do I wear brown? I don't. So, like, I feel like the only time I'd be able to wear the sailor collared would be with that brown skirt. I just don't want to, one, spend money on more fabric because I have so much fabric here that I could work with. On top of that, like, when I make clothes, I like to kind of capsule wardrobe it, and I know that's kind of like an old-fashioned term or whatever. I just want to be able to wear it with more than just one item. I want to be able to accessorize it with more things. I am not somebody that wears brown very often, so I will still use the long sleeve pattern from this shirt because I think it's a really cute little sleeve. I do like the way it flares out at the bottom, but I will find another top to pair it with because the sailor outfit, not only is it just a waste of fabric, like as I've been saying. It's daunting. I just don't want to do it. And it's the fact that I had already been working on something else and I haven't finished it. It's going to be 2 projects that I haven't finished because I don't have the materials for it. So back to my stash. So I've decided on using this pattern. I'm going to use the collared shirt. So view E. Let me just show you right here. This is view E. Because I've been wanting a collared shirt anyways. I don't want to do buttons, but that's what collared shirts are, they're buttons. What I'm going to do is take the sleeves from that one midi blouse, put them on here. Maybe I'll make a bias tape string, whatever, because the front of this one has it. Not sure. I do like the colors of this, and one day I want to use these colors. But in my jar of buttonholes, or buttons, I found 7 of these buttons, and I don't know where I got them, to be honest, but I have this one as well, which is like on a tag or whatever, so it makes me believe that I upcycled something, but I'm not sure. Looks like on here they only use 7 buttons, so I need to cut out the fabric, or the pattern and the fabric for this one, because I haven't cut the pattern for this one ever. I've been eyeing this for a very long time, and I think I only bought it because I saw this sailor collar on it, and it's not a sailor collar that I'd ever wear. It's a detachable one, which is nice. I don't know if I'll finish this. Well, I'm definitely not going to finish this tonight. It's like 9 p.m. So I'm going to at least cut out the pattern and then maybe take a break again because cutting out patterns really stresses me out. I'm trying to fold everything back together, factory folded, but they did a terrible job factory folding everything together. Like, look at this. So that's one side, right? That's the other side. How did this happen? Don't they have machines that do this? Like, come on. And now I have to unfold everything because I missed 20 somewhere. This is what I mean by cutting is in itself its own beast. I don't want to cut everything out because I'm not going to use all these patterns. I'm not going to use everything that I have on here. This is a really big pattern. But like the whole folding, unfolding, cutting out what you need, So frustrating. This is what I get for being into sewing. Maybe I should really learn how to make my own patterns. Okay, so everything is cut out. I am realizing that I've had way too much big light time today without any rest in between, so I need to go and shelter from that. This light is super very bright, and like that's not the biggest issue. It's that light up there. I need to take a break. I'm starting to get more and more frustrated, mostly with myself, but also with the playlist I'm listening to, because every now and then it sounds like I'm getting some AI in there, and that's not cool. I back in my day, it used to be like all MIDIs, and like we would get mad about MIDI file music being uploaded. But nowadays, I'm not even upset that much by MIDIs. I'm more upset that it just sounds like AI, like softening like the transitions and all. And it's really sad to see the way that music's devolving. I am frustrated and I need to go take a break. Tomorrow, I will pick back up, start cutting out the fabric. If I feel the energy to do it, I will leave the house, because I'm realizing I do have a 5 a.m. shift on Saturday again this week, and I'm not going to want to go to Joanne on Friday. That being the case, it's the zipper is going to have to wait till Sunday, almost no matter what, unless I order it. To be honest, that might also take a while depending, so I'll think about it. Hi, it's like a week later. I have my zipper now. I have a new pattern. Actually, I've told you guys last week, but I'm sure there's people here who weren't here last week. Let me find the pattern and show you what I was talking about. So I was able to find this pattern on Etsy for 12 bucks in the state of Florida. So it got here in like 2 days. It's in my size 6 through 14. I found a bunch of them on Etsy and they were all pretty cheap. There was another one for like $9, but it was from a different state. And I'm like, I need it now, because if I don't have it now, I'm going to lose all notification. But it's here. I have it. I can cut it out. Oh, I'm so lucky that Etsy had it. So Joanne and I went to get the zipper. Here's the zipper, by the way. I got a 9-inch one in Cloister Brown. I think that's the closest to the skirt. I got this. It was still out and available. I think they put all their clearance stuff out in front, and it was like $7. So I was like, okay, I'll figure out how to make bows. I'm gonna probably make a hair bow out of it. It's gonna be super cute, but that's a future project. All right, so I have both sides all sewed on. I have them all flat felted or whatever. Maybe I'll eventually learn the real name of them. That's where I kind of like fold over both sides and then just sew it down. Both sides are like that. However, I still need to pull it over myself. So this is gonna go on top of those, so I don't have to like have all those jaggedy edges that could get caught on the zipper. And then I'm going to put the band over on top of that. I am not going to cut the end of the zipper, because I am not going to go through the headache and the frustration of completely losing all my work. I'm going to do that probably tomorrow afternoon. I'll have a little bit of time before work, I believe, because I work at 3:30, and normally if I'm working a later shift, I just like get up, do my makeup, do a little bit of sewing, and then head out the door, which I'm honestly surprised that I'm good at finding a stopping point, because sometimes I just want to get the project done. That's what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to do the band, the zipper, and then I gotta do the hem. My back hurts. I was editing for 5 hours today and the video's not done. I made a community post about it. 5 hours straight, and then a little bit of extra editing here and there. And then I edited for TikTok, and I'm just tired. My brain hurts, my back hurts. I want to go lay down and eat a cookie. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It's me, your great grandma, 3 weeks later. Not really. It's only like 2 weeks later. No, it's 1 week later. I'm on my way to Target right now because I ran out of eyeliner. This eyeliner is yesterday's eyeliner. I'm sure you guys noticed, but I don't always wash my face because like that's a lot of work. Yeah, so I've been using my backup eyeliners and I don't like using those eyeliners. It's one of the reasons why I have them as backups, to be like, oh, you hate using this eyeliner, so go get a new one. I might also stop by Ulta to see if there's any new ColourPop palettes, because that's my favorite brand to use. That's like affordable and easy to find. I do love Sea Beauty, but like that's much harder to source. We're on our way over there. I just remembered I need to trade a shift with somebody real quick. Let me do that, and then we'll be over at the stores real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll start sewing because I have my zipper now. Okay, JK. It looks like that person works the night before and can't do a shift trade. So it looks like I'm still working at 5 a.m., which sucks. Onward. I gotta go get my eyeliner. So my thrift game is pretty weak, and I kind of want to change that. I haven't been thrifting in a while, so I forgot on my way over that there was a thrift store, so I'm gonna stop here. I need some buttons. I don't think that my local Michaels is going to have it, the exact kind that I want, because I don't know if you guys watched my last video, but the buttons I was going to use for my blouse that's going to go with this skirt, I had to use it on my pinafore last week, so I don't have enough buttons. And on top of that, like, I want cool buttons. I don't want to drive all the way out to Joann because that's a really far drive, and I don't know. I want to reuse. I want to be better about my thrifting because it's so bad right now. We're going to this thrift store. Hopefully we'll find buttons. I haven't been to this one in like 2 years, but it's always on my way and I am always like, oh, I gotta stop there. And I have time today, so let's go. Huge success. Well, if you don't count me not finding buttons. Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong place. I think I'm thinking about the Lakeland Antique Mall where they used to have like sewing booths. This doesn't have booths. It's literally just a thrift store. It's just the local area close to the retirement home. So there's a lot of crafty stuff in here. It's great. I spent over $60, which honestly, fine, whatever. I got a lot of clothes and I'm going to DIY a lot of it. I might buy RIT dye. Maybe. That's a little bit adventurous for me, but I bought 2 new pairs of shoes. They're boots, but like one of them's from Europe. Like the size on the bottom is a European size, not an American size. And then the other one was like barely worn. So I'm very excited for what I got. I'll show you guys when we get home. I'm going to show you these shoes now. I'm at Target. I need to go get my eyeliner. But the American size shoes are size 6 because I can't read. It was upside down. If anybody has size 6 feet, I got you. I'll give it away for free. It's $15, but like I'll have to figure out how to mail it out and all that. Are you supposed to read it this way or this way? I hope it fits. Like, I don't think it does. I'll try it when I get home. So I'm gonna like try on the shoes first because like I just put my socks on and I want to make sure that they fit. I did message my sister-in-law to see if she has smaller feet than I do, just in case. I already showed you guys these ones. They're pretty cute. They have a little heel on them and I like that. I think that's what made me like drawn to it. So on the bottom it says US 9. So I'm really, really hoping it fits. I think these are probably like Walmart or Target shoes. Please fit, please fit, please fit. They fit. Okay, this is great. Great news. They're definitely staying in my wardrobe. Here's the other pair of shoes. I put it on the bottom of my feet, like, because I was wearing flats. Flats are kind of gross, to be honest. And I don't know why we as millennials made that like our style. They're so stinky, and like I wore my flat for a long time in the summer because I didn't like showing off my toes, and I still don't really like showing off my toes, but I've gotten a little bit better about like being okay with it. Let's see if this one fits. This doesn't look like it's been worn. Well, there's a little bit of scuff marks, so it looks like it has been worn a couple times, but this is the one from UK. It says European 40. Let me see the other side. EUR 40. Yeah, this is definitely not American. Ooh, like a glove. I'm so excited. These ones still need to be broken in. I probably only got worn once, but it's another pair of boots, and I've been really into boots lately. I want to get like nice little white boots, but I know those are going to be hard to keep clean, so these are fine. My boots, I've had those for like 2 or 3 years, and like in the front where the balls of your toes go, there's a little like indent in it because I got it from Marshalls, I think, and it's like really cheap fabric or whatever. It's not fabric, I don't know how you call it. It's just really cheap material, so it immediately broke. So this is going to be nice. I'm not going to throw the other pair away because I do like those. They are slightly different than these, so it's nice to have new boots though. New boot goofing. So we're gonna move on to clothes now. I got this little duster. I've been wanting a new like cardigan duster or whatever. This is very big on me. It's like a 3XL, but it's very long and it kind of feels like a dress, so I can like multi-purpose it a lot, even wear it around the house. That's pretty neat. Nothing special. It's just like a black duster that I can use that's not too small on me, because a lot of mine, I think, came from my mom's closet or somebody else smaller than me's closet. They just ended up in my closet somehow. Then I got this dress. So I don't plan on wearing the dress. I think it was somebody's like maybe homecoming dress or something, or not even, like a spring dress. Pretty torn at the top because the fabric is like a lace fabric, but it's not. It's like stretchy, so I think it's polyester. I think the whole entire thing is polyester. It says dry clean only. Yeah, 100% polyester, 10% spandex, 90% chinlon. Yeah, it's all plastic. So the plan is for this is to take this apart from the waist and then like use the bottom part, because it's a split at the bottom, and then use that as a split dress kind of thing, because I kind of want to make like a little capelet thing. I do have fabric that kind of matches this, mix a whole bunch of purples together, kind of like make a OG outfit, but not really because I just don't have that kind of skill yet. Use the kind of silhouette of OG and then make like a vest with the long cape and then shorts out of another purple fabric I have and then figure that out. But that's the plan for this. I'm going to DIY out of it. I'm just realizing this duster probably has never been washed before. Like that's one thing about thrifting is like there is a possibility of getting clothes that's never been worn before. This may have been worn maybe once and then put in the back of the closet, but that's so neat about thrifting, and I need to do it more often, but I just never stop by. I feel like I almost never have the time because with thrifting, like I feel like you have to like dig through the bins and sometimes it's overstimulating, but it's nice to be able to like find brand new, barely used things at the thrift store because some people like buy. Speaking of, I did see one Shein product. I've never seen Shein in my life because I've never bought from Shein or Temu or anything, and I haven't gone thrifting in 2.5, 3 years. Anytime I go thrifting, it's at antique malls or whatever. So it hasn't been something that like I've seen IRL, but I didn't realize that there was actually a Shein tag. It was like one of the first things I walked into. I'm like, ugh. I don't remember what it looked like. It really is spreading. It's like a virus. It's like glitter. It's everywhere. Next up are these shorts. They're size 14, so they're baggy on me, which is great because that's kind of what I want. I think Time and True is a Target brand. If not, it's a Walmart brand. Oh, it says wash separately. Oh, I don't want to. I bought these shorts because I needed more black shorts, but I also like found this shirt and I immediately thought I wanted it. And then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to wear it with. Pairing with the shorts, I think it'd be really cute. I don't know if you guys know about the Fatal Frame style, but it's basically the style of horror games, specifically like Japanese horror games, like the style of the main protagonist. I think that's what they're calling it. It's like lacy top over shorts, and I thought that kind of like gave that style in a way. So this would be really cute because it's almost always like a dusty or like a lighter color on top and the bottom shorts are like a darker color. Either I dye this or I just keep it white. Like it also can kind of lead into Maroot. I've just learned that it came from Tumblr. I wasn't part of that community, but like I see it on my For You page every now and then because it's having a resurgence and it's really cute. I do like that style. I want to get into wearing more white, but like do creepy white, like do more of like a ghost white instead of like a purification white. That's it for clothes. So next is for crafting. I hit the jackpot with yarn. I found yarn like one of the first things. It was close to the Shein shirt, which is wild. I found this baby velvet. Well, I saw this one first. And I was like, oh my God, is that baby velvet? And then I kept on digging and I found this one. They were $4.99 each. I think in store right now, they're like $13.99. I don't remember, but these two colors together, very pretty. I recently saw a post on TikTok and it was these two colors are married and it was a lighter green than this, but I do agree pink and green together are so cute. It could be Christmassy, but it's not because like the pink doesn't give Christmas and this green isn't like a Christmas green. I don't know what I want to make out of it yet. It was $5 though. I will take $5. They did have Big Twist in there and they were selling it for $3.99. I'm like, that's not worth it. I could do buy one, get one half off for that. I just left all the Big Twists. There was a lot of Red Heart Saver in there, and I don't know how much they were pricing that because I don't like Red Heart Saver. The texture of it just grosses me out. It's just like, it's a hard texture and I don't like it. There was a couple other ones, and I was so tempted to get it, but I was like, I need to not buy more yarn, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that yarn. There was like a reddish one, and I should have picked that one up, but I just left it. Maybe it'll be there if I go back, but I doubt it. Oh, I need to text my sister-in-law because she also crochets. Maybe she'll get it. They had a bunch of white Big Twists and they had like a red Big Twist, which I was tempted to get, but like I said, it was $3.99, so I was like, not worth it. On top of this, they had knitting needles, and yeah, I don't knit, and these are huge needles. I've wanted to get back into knitting, especially because like, I don't know, it's kind of like the course of crochet. Once you start burning out of crochet, you kind of want to knit and you learn more fiber crafts. I have had knitting needles in my past. They were all metal. I just don't know how patient I am for knitting, but because these are bigger, I think I can do something a little bit more cool and do something more like holy, I guess, more like macabre, I guess. I don't know how to explain what I want to do. One of my mutuals, she and I kind of like made a deal with each other to learn how to knit this year. The last time I knit was 10 years ago and I never got past the stockinette. No, I got past stockinette. I learned how to purl. It doesn't come naturally to me because I've always been a crocheter. I'd love to learn how to do the vintage snow patterns. I don't know how to explain it. This is, what size is it? 15 millimeter. or 19 US. I want to do like thin strangly yarn. I don't know how to say that, but like it's like scratchy yarn, but not really scratchy, and make like a little, not bolero, but something to go over, kind of like a bathing suit over to the top thing, but not for swimming. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just add more texture to my clothing. And then because I have kind of an obsession with bells, the reason why I have an obsession with bells, it's a Korean superstition, and I think it's Japanese too. Like East Asian superstition is that bells are related to ghosts and like spirits and all that. My mom would never let me have them as a kid because she's like, you're going to bring evil ghosts to our house. And I'm like, but I am the evil ghost. Joanne usually carries them for Christmas, and I just, after the Christmas sale, like a 50% off still isn't worth it because I think it was still like $6. I got these for 99 cents, and I think this would be really cool like as a prop bell or something. I don't know, but they're tiny and I like the sound of them. I don't think I want to put them in clothes. Maybe like a necklace or something. That'd be cute. And then I got these bells. I know I saw these in Joanne recently. $2.99. I know full price was like $9.99 at the very least. So getting it for $2.99, a freaking steal. I don't have any plans for these yet, but you know, like I like the sound of jingle bells. I'm very excited that I got these. Then, last but not least, this is an accessory that I found because I was actually going in for buttons, but I never found any buttons. There were people like actually looking for clothes, and I didn't want to move them out of the way because like that's rude. And then on top of that, I didn't want to pick something up that somebody else might want to pick up and actually wear rather than just DIY out of it. The last time I went, it was like in 2020. Like everybody was donating stuff, and there wasn't that much stuff this time, which was nice because it made it a lot easier to navigate through there. But the area that they had all like the jewelry and all that, I think that's where they had the buttons at. They didn't have any buttons, and if they did, it was like magnetic buttons. I found this in there, and you can't really see it on here, but they're just little beads. I thought maybe, if anything, they'd be cute as a necklace for myself. But if anything, I could just take the beads out myself and then use it in clothing once I get into beadwork. That's going to be really cool, but that's going to be a lot of work. So, or I could like use them as chains or something. I don't know. Ooh, that'd be cute as like an over. That's something in the future. Over at Target, I got my eyeliner. I got some hot sauce because I've been out, and I made my soup so spicy last night because I used a different hot sauce. I wanted sour. I like sour hot sauces, but the hot sauce I used last night was like a habanero chili pepper, and I put way too much, and I couldn't finish my food because it was too spicy. I also bought a couple bras because like I've been wearing the same 3 bras for like the last 10 years. So I really needed them, and I was like, I'm out. I need to get it. Even though my wallet hurts, I need to do it because I don't trust myself to actually make my own bras, to be honest. I don't think that's something I should like waste fabric for because it's a different kind of fabric. And then on top of that, you have to use metals and all that and a whole bunch of hardware when I can just go to Target. Like that's one thing I won't thrift either, is because like I'm the type of person that wears undergarments until its very last breath. Like I will not get rid of it until like all the metal clasps are broken, or if there's so many holes that like it's not even underwear at the time. I do feel like that's something I'm okay with spending normal regular money on. I need to clean up this room, but I also need to finish editing that video because it was like a 2-hour video and I only got around to the first half of everything I made in 2024. I am losing steam, but I need to get it done. I wanted to get it done like sometime a week and a half ago. It's just a lot to edit. The video itself, like all the raw footage, 2+ hours. I've gotten it down to like an hour and a half, and I think I can still get it down to like maybe an hour and 15, but I do blab my mouth a lot. And I don't know if it's something that I can honestly focus on. So I need to go and do that. I need to clean this room because it's just so messy. I have fabrics sitting in my sewing chair because they're out of the wash and they need to go away and like folded and all that. I have all this now, this pile that needs to be cleaned. I need to put everything away. Oh, also, my husband, he got me these because my Casetify case hasn't come in yet and I need to email them. So I got a lot of work to do. I will be back soon. Hopefully I'll get the editing done by the end of today. And then I will come back and at least do a little bit of sewing. I want to get a tiny bit done because like most of my vlogs I try to do as crafting vlogs, but I feel like I haven't done any crafting. It's been several days, I think. I don't remember the last time I said hi to you guys, but I haven't filled in my journal entry for the last project I finished. So I'm going to do that right now because I really don't feel like sewing. I mean, I do feel like sewing because all I talked about today was Megacon with my best friend and my husband. We went out and hung out and talked about like our cosplay plans. I think we are planning on doing a vampire night because there's a lot of cast from vampire movies going to be there, specifically Twilight. I don't remember his name. Nick Holt, I think, from Nosferatu is going to be there. We're planning on doing a whole bunch of vampire things. I think I'm just going as my OC, which honestly isn't really an OC because I'm not making a character for it. It's literally just how I dress. My best friend is thinking of doing Guillermo because her hair is short enough for it, and it just makes sense, even though he's not really a vampire, but like he's hanging out with a vampire. So honestly, it kind of makes sense. And then my husband, he's going to do Nosferatu, but specifically voguing Nosferatu. I'm so excited. I had to order some Ben Nye clown cream makeup, whatever. I don't remember what it's called. I need to order some of that tonight so I can like do white base paint. And then I have to do it for him too because he's not going to know how to do it. I'm so excited. But let me start on this journal entry. So the journal entry is going to be of this fabric. I don't remember where I bought it, but I think I have it in the trash can down here. So I'm going to write like the description of it, where I bought it, and the starting and ending date, which, I just deleted those from my phone. So I need to go back and look that up because I didn't completely delete it. It's still in my deleted trash bin, whatever. It's waistband time and then it's zipper time. We got this. We got this. So here's my page for the last sewing item. Maybe with this little extra space down here, I'll add a picture if I ever get around to it. But I honestly don't feel like I want to. I did a little bit different for this one. I found the tag and it was small enough to fit in this book, so I kept it. And then I kept some of the fabric so I could like touch the fabric. It's probably going to deteriorate one day, but honestly, who cares? This book will too. I put the high waist slit dress because I think that's how I named it on YouTube. I don't remember, but I think that's how I named it. The starting date was January 2nd, and then I finished it on January 8th. I do remember taking lots of breaks from it because it was frustrating because I think it could have been a 1 day make, but like things happen. I put the song that I used on my TikTok for it. TikTok's not going to be there forever. I know that. I'm not saving any of those videos to a USB or anything. I'm saving just the raw video of that outfit. So I'm not going to remember what music I put on there. I think it's really wise for me to start putting the music I put on here. So I'm going to go back to the old one. Right now, I'm like really into a VK sound, more metal. And every now and then I fall back into EDM, but like weird EDM. I don't know. It's not normal people EDM. It's not the stuff that you go to raves for. I don't want to call it weird because I don't think the artists are weird. I think the artists are all talented. It's just I don't know what else to call it because I'm not really good with genres. Music's one of those like I know that when I'm in an old people home, I'm going to hear a song and it's going to bring me right back to where I was at that moment. And I think if I were to hear this song, it's a VK song. It's from Gulu Gulu. I don't wanna pronounce it. I've lived through many like purges of social media websites and cannot get my stuff back. So this is just a fact of life. I know I'm not gonna get it back once TikTok's gone. I know that YouTube's not gonna be here forever. And if it is, there's gonna be some kind of weird subscription plan where you'll have to like go all the way back. I don't know. It's not gonna be there forever. So music is like one of my special interests. I'm not good at categorizing music, but it is something I think about all the time. Like, I legitimately do not have a good mood if I'm not listening to good music. I do get stressed out at work because we're listening to the same songs on a loop for 8 hours a day, and the loop is less than an hour long. Like, it's rough. It's so rough. I can talk music all day, especially when it's like a subject that I'm interested in, and right now it's VK. Kind of. I think I might be trying to divvy out. Well, I'm not trying to leave it. I just feel bad that I'm just posting VK right now, but like also it's my page, so like who cares? I think this would be like a kind of a time capsule of music too, because like yeah, I'm building my skill, but I also like want to remember the good music that I listened to in the past because I know there's a lot of music back in the day that I don't know because digital media gets erased all the time. So I think this is a nice little thing to do for not only my creativity, but for the music I've been listening to. Time capsule. I just had a scare. It's con crunch time. And like we have 2.5 weeks, so I have time. But like also I don't have time for my sewing machine to be broken. It was just a little bit unplugged. It's fine. Oh yeah, by the way, we're sewing again. Okay, so I changed my mind. I well, okay, I might still be in a VK stage, but I'm also really into rhythm game slash hardcore stage, and that's really hard to post. Anytime I post anything with hardcore, it just immediately like gets skipped over because it's so loud. Just so you know, well, it will come out before this video comes out, to be honest. But incoming loud music ahead. Oh, also, I am on the zipper part. We just got this on. So what I did was like I sewed two panels together because I can't be bothered to make a lining. Not yeah, well, I guess it's a lining, but it's like the thing that you put on the inside to stiffen it up. Can't be bothered. So not doing that. I'm adding this zipper. It's cloister brown. I don't remember if I talked about it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pin this. Well, actually, I'm going to rip apart some of the seams so that I can pin this to it. And then I will fold over the fabric and then pin this to the top of that fabric. I don't know how to explain what I'm doing. I just know I am inserting the zipper. It's going to work, and I'm not going to mess it up this time. So at work lately, I've been telling everybody that I want to be a fashion designer because I don't know. Everybody else has aspirations and I don't. I mean, I do have aspirations. Mine is just to continue making clothes that makes me happy. But like, I don't know if I want to be a fashion designer. Like, I know there's a lot of people that strive to be a fashion designer. I'm scared. I don't want to do that. That's scary. And like, people are mean and art is very subjective. And I know my art's not for everybody. Maybe I'm lying to people when I say I want to be a fashion designer, but I don't know what else to call it because like, I don't know. I just make clothes and I make what makes me happy. But also on the subject of fashion, I have been on Little Red Book lately, and it's so good when it comes to fashion. There's so many like inspirational posts on there. This hairstyle was actually modeled after a drawing I saw on there. I didn't do it justice, to be honest. I kind of had rushed because I woke up an hour late. But I was very inspired to do more straight hairstyles because I've been missing it. Like I was playing Infinity Nikki the other day. I'm like, oh my God, those hairstyles are gorgeous. I need those in my life. And I wanted to do some of those styles. Oh, and like their Gothic Lolita scene, huge. Well, maybe not huge. I don't know. But like it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. They have OG on there. They have a lot of J fashion on there. They have C fashion, which I think is just like really frilly and girly and feminine. And it's so pretty. I can't believe I've been missing out on this for a long time. That being said, I don't know how I'm going to post on there. I think my posting on there is probably going to be pretty minimal where I just do like outfits of the day, then my makeup and my hair, but I don't want to put anything on it. I just want to make it more of a music sharing because that's kind of how I built my page, is to just share music, but I just happen to be doing something else in the background. I know it doesn't come across because like I just found the Holy Frog Father. They do memes about frogs, but their whole entire page is dedicated to 1980s music. I binged all of their memes just so I could hear the music, and nobody knows them for that. They know them for the memes. So like I don't really have a solid thing to sit on because I'm just, I don't know, I have so many styles that I go through and I just don't feel like I fit into any subculture. I just happen to be weird. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. I'm just excited to be on an inspirational post again that's ad free and just like shows you the creative people. I always forget how good rhythm music makes like sewing and like with remembering things because my brain isn't going off on like a million wires, you know? And so like also my medication helps. I remembered that you can cut the corners on the inside and that way when you fold them over, it's not going to make that like big old, I don't know, mess when you're trying to sew it together. So I'm going to do that with this corner and then it's going to be not as bulky when I sew it over. Mwah! Great tip, brain. Great tip. Good morning. It is the 16th. I am still in the process of uploading my everything I made in 2024 video. I finally finished it after 4 days, almost 4 days straight of editing. I cried at the last like bit where I said bye-bye. Literally, I'm so happy that it's done. I am so glad that I don't have to do this again. Well, I honestly don't have to do it, but I really liked seeing everything I made. But I don't have to do it again until another 360 days. So I'm a little bit stressed and depressed. I need to clean this room. I need to finish that skirt. My dogs are in here and making lots of noises. At least my mic works though. The reason why I'm stressed and depressed is because the TikTok ban. I'm really sad. I made a lot of friends on there and I know I've talked this ad nauseum for the past like whatever many vlogs that I've made since this has come out. Instead of just sitting here and being stressy depressy, probably going to listen to loud music, watch a video at the same time, maybe like an informational video, who knows, and then I'm going to crochet. I know I need to finish that skirt, but honestly it's sewing. It's literally just the zipper and the band and it's done. I will get to it because I did my hair and I ain't going to work tomorrow with fresh brush out because that's a waste. It will get done today and you will see the results today. I just don't know when. It might be at midnight. Who knows? By the way, I am making this for the rest of my little frost witch outfit. I don't think it's a witch at this point. As I was saying, I don't think it was a witch at this point. I don't know what it is. It's just an outfit. I don't know if I talked about it. I know I talked about knowing the order, but I don't know if I told you guys the order of the outfits I'm wearing for Megacon. So day one, I am planning on wearing like a Valentine's Day outfit. And then day two, Friday, me, my husband, and my best friend, we're all going to be vampire adjacent. So I'm going to be wearing my bat cape and maybe I'll have my jingle bell shawl for like later on in the evening so I can turn into a ghost. I don't know. I want to wear my shawl because I have nowhere else to wear it, right? Saturday is going to be the day that I do my Frosty Forest Witch, and Sunday is the day I'm going to do this. So if I don't finish this in time, then I'll have a little bit of extra wiggle room throughout the convention when I'm like de-stressing. I don't remember what the word is. And we have a close hotel room. My best friend just texted me how much it costs, and boy, do I need to pick up shifts. So I probably will be skipping next week, which isn't going to make a difference to y'all. But for me, it's going to make a big difference because I need to pick up shifts so I can pay for the hotel, have extra spending money because my favorite part about Megacon is spending money on the small artists and sometimes like some of the vendors, but mostly the small artists because a lot of them have like really cute little pins and I use those as brooches. Yeah, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna find something to watch. Hopefully, well, I know I will get to that project. My PC has been a mess for a while, and luckily my husband knows a little bit more about, well, a lot more about PC stuff than I will ever learn. He downloaded this thing called Tree Size or something, and I've been able to go through it and find files that it's been impossible for me to find through like the actual drive and like the search function, folder function. CapCut takes up so much space. The cache that it saves after every like video you make, it stays there forever. So if you're editing using CapCut, I highly suggest you getting the Tree Size free thing so that you don't have to like get yourself a headache and be scared that it doesn't actually load. I've been watching a bunch of crochet and fashion videos, of course, because that's helping me get into the crafting mode. I'm this far now. I'm going to finish up the skein. Let me show you how much I have left on here. I have this much left on here, and I'm thinking about finishing this off, and whatever I have left for the rest of the row, I'll use the rest of this. And then I will be switching to like the other blue of this kind of yarn. This is Karen something perfect phasing cloud cake, I think. I don't remember. I threw out all the labels because that was part of last year. What I'm going to do, I'm going to finish up this, right? I'm going to go sew after this. After I finish this, I'm going to add the teal version, the seafoam green version. And then after that, I have these skeins, two of this, because this is what I use to make the sleeves of the icy witch whatever outfit. I have two of these, so I'm going to make like kind of a tailcoat thing. I think that would be really cool. And then I think also if I have the time, I might make panels out of white. I've really been inspired by Redbook lately, and I think I've talked about this multiple times already. Their fashion out there is very frilly and it's very like layered, and I love layered looks. I don't feel like I layer my looks enough. It's kind of a weird like rubber band effect of what's been happening with my style. I started off like really feeling the 1940s. That's when I started getting back into fashion again, right? Like I specifically did 1940s because most of the fashion was like the same utilitarian thing. Their fashion really depended on like pleats and like other ways of sewing the garment. It was a make do and mend era. Honestly, think that we're going back to it right now. And because of that, it was very like straight line, like everything was shorter fabric than the 1930s and the 1950s. There's just less fabric used. The rubber band effect is me now getting really into frilly. It's gorgeous. I can't afford to do it right now. I am on a budget freeze, so I can't do too frilly, but I do have a lot of yarn, and with this yarn I plan on using it. So I think if I make any more frilly, I items. It's gonna primarily be in crochet, but yeah, that's the idea. Sorry, I went on a tangent. I haven't talked in like a couple hours, so my brain just we're almost done. Here's the top layer of the skirt. So I like how it's going. I kind of wish I had more yarn to keep on going, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to close the top up here because it might be just like kind of an extension of the shirt. Underneath it is where I'm going to start adding like other layers. I'm going to use this yarn next underneath it so I can give kind of more of like an icy, and like it's not going to match, which is fine. Like I don't think I'm trying to match anymore. I might have another skein of this. I don't remember. If I do, I'm going to use both of those underneath, and then I'm going to do panels on the back with this. Like I said, I'm going to connect it, but I want to connect it with like a bow, like kind of like a bow belt, and maybe do more white, but I don't think I'm going to do that. This is going to happen next. I'm going to eat real quick, and then we're going to finish the brown skirt. Bless you. After I finish the skirt, I'm going to put some makeup on, and then I'm going to brush out my hair, and then I'm going to do a little show and tell of that, and then I'll end this video because like crochet isn't a 1 week project. None of my crochet projects are going to be 1 week projects, so I'm going to expend that until next week while I'm working on the blouse, which will actually be probably not exactly next week because I'm going to take a little tiny bit of a break because editing was a bit of a mess. We'll see you in like 10 minutes. I literally forgot to tell you guys how I did this. So the top like belt area is just my nice little motif. I did that twice, and then I moved on to back loop only, and I did 16 rows of like a ruffle. So the first one was 180, I believe. And then I doubled up. Sorry, I have to pee really bad, but I doubled up when I got down to the double crochet, and that's why it ruffles out. And that's why I ran out of yarn so quickly. I really wish I had more yarn because that ruffle is actually really pretty. So I do have another 3 of a different color, I know for sure. So I might make a skirt later. We are back in the sewing room, and I have preemptively worn this dress because this is the base of the whole entire Megacon outfit for the Frosty Forest Witch. And this will be the last time, hopefully, that I wear this dress because the next time I put this ensemble together, it should be with the blouse. And I've decided to do the sailor blouse. I know in the beginning I said I want to do a button up, but the buttons I was going to use, I had to use for a different project. And because of that, and because I'm kind of on a spending freeze right now, or as close as I can get to a spending freeze, I just don't want to go out and buy buttons. That's either shipping, gas, what say you. It's just got in my budget right now. So it's going to be a pullover. It's going to be a sailor top. I think I have enough brown fabric left over to use for like a bias tape thing. That will be next week's video, and I'll talk it through then instead of trying to come up with it now while I'm like not even thinking about anything else but the skirt and then the makeup look I had to do and the hair I had to brush out and then the work I have to go into tomorrow. We're going to finish this up. I think I told you guys, but I have gotten to the part where I've sewn down one side of the zipper, and now I had to sew down the little line here so that it folds over and can be like a good little thing. I might add belt loops on it, but at this point I just want this project to be over with so I can just like go on and get about it. And then I had to sew the other side of the zipper down, and then we'll get on to it. This is simultaneously the prettiest and ugliest zipper I've ever done. Prettiest because I've actually like planned it out. I've done it before. Ugliest as in my stitches aren't good, but who cares? Like I'm not selling this. This is for me, personal use only. I don't need to judge myself, even though I just did. It's fine. It's okay. It's not going in competition. I don't think that's something I'm ever going to do. So give yourself some leeway. So now I forgot that I added like a little flap over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like sew in a little button for this. I might do like a little square. Oh, I already did. Okay, perfect. I'm going to add like a little square, like make it look more square-like, I guess. Nah, that's too much work. I'm going to add a button. And then on top of that, I got to do the bottom hem. And then we'll get back to actual like life. Skirt's done. I'm wearing it right now. Not gonna lie, kind of uncomfortable. Things are sticking to my legs, but it could also be because I haven't shown my legs since November and everything is sticking. It's cute so far. It fits. It's a little bit tight, and I think it's because I'm wearing this dress underneath it. But like honestly, it's fine. It's not like unbearably tight. Maybe if I gained a little bit weight in the summer, because I normally do, it might be. But it's such a long length that it's not going to be worn in the summer. So let me do my makeup and brush my hair, and then we'll do the final reveal. Okay, here is the skirt. It's very long. I wish I could show you, but It doesn't stretch very far, but that's okay. It doesn't need to. I don't plan on doing too many stretches in this thing, and if I do, I'll just hike it up. But it's comfortable. I did mention that it was a little bit tight earlier, but I think it's because of like the layers I'm wearing. The pants, it's not up my waist right now. This dress is a little bit thicker. It also has this little belt, so it is kind of tight on me because of that. That's not like a serious problem. And it's coming together. It's so close to being done. These bangs, I don't know how I feel about them. Styling them, I'm still getting used to having bangs. I can't wait to get the top done. I almost wish that I just went all brown because I kind of look like a tree now. And I'm okay with looking like a tree because that's kind of the goal. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is doing like a white blouse with the green like sailor collar, which kind of sucks because you're not gonna be able to see it, but at least it will be multifunctional. I'll think about it real hard, but I am happy with it right now. I love all the pleats. This took a lot of fabric, but like that's okay. It'll be useful in the future when I need to like mend and make do and mend. So yeah, it's all done. I can't wait to wear it. I'm gonna continue working on my crochet stuff while I am on my sewing break. I will update you guys. Maybe, I don't know. I might post on Bluesky more often. I am on Redbook, so if you are on there, all my fashion stuff is gonna be there. I think actually everything is gonna be there. I'm not gonna put any like talking videos or like music videos. I mean, it's all music based. Everything I do for my shorts is music based, so it's gonna have music, but it's not gonna be like playlists like I have been doing on TikTok, and I'm not gonna just like post me talking, or not talking, I don't talk. I mean, I do talk, but like I try to keep my talking content off my main TikTok because like, I don't know, every time I post me talking, people unfollow me. So I'm gonna keep that off of there. I'm gonna keep all the verbal stuff off of Redbook. I'm probably going to post a little bit to Lemonade. I don't think I'm going to have anywhere to just post my thoughts anymore, which that kind of sucks because that's kind of what I was using TikTok for these last few weeks. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm very warm, starting to get sweaty. I gotta go to work at 9. It's not midnight yet, which is great, but I got to go to bed. Thanks for holding me accountable. Bye-bye.